even though I've known him over 40 years. He has been my security blanket. When you have a large organization or any organization, we need somebody to rely on. I was the minus, he was the security blanket. Thank you, Suze. We were fortunate today, we're supposed to use the downstairs banquet room, but it says Kataoka, the owner, her mother had passed away a couple months ago, but she had started this Shimashi restaurant. And she said it would have been her 40-year anniversary. And she said, please, Mr. Furumoto, use our entire restaurant. And she had closed the entire restaurant just for us. And we'd like to thank Shimbashi organization for tonight's affair. Thank you. Such an occasion, happy occasion, but I don't know, not here, but really appreciate it. 40 years has passed. And, you know, it's not just me. It's the generation, Issei and Nisseis, who had paved the road for us all to be New York. It wasn't easy. As you know, I have displayed some of my past experiences where the President Clinton had apologized in 1993 to me, or I was one of the last one born in internment camp. Were incarcerated for 4 years. That has nothing to do with me, but the story is that these Japanese Americans who have started and worked so hard for us has paved the road. And Furumoto Realty is here because of that. And I really like to thank them. And today we had a person like Gary Moriwaki, JAA president for so many terms, and like Takeda-san, he serves in many charity organizations. And David Kuramura is also here. They are paving the road for next generation. And we, as the Japanese Americans, we must try hard, and we will try hard, make it better for all of you and all of us. I've been born under the lucky star. When somebody mentioned segregation camp, when somebody mentioned Hiroshima, when somebody mentioned Vietnam combat, cheese tag, really, to me, all these things had a deep meaning. However, I was very lucky. Segregation camp, my parents showed me the way to work hard. And I learned the work ethics. I went back to Hiroshima, and today we have many people from Hiroshima, like Mr. Amano, Mr. Nakai, would help me with this, and Mr. Yamaguchi, Batenkai, Nagasaki. This year, we've been reading the peace message of the mayors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So that war like this, so we won't be incarcerated. They will not drop atomic bomb. They will not create combat for us, where I come back with PTSD or exposed to Agent Orange. We say to them, hey, enough is enough, but these things we must help to eliminate. I'm sorry, got a little prolific here, but I wanted to say this because Furumoto Realty is built on all these difficulties and hurdles that we went through. And first of all, I would like to thank all my salespeople who stood by my side. Mr. Tokunaga, Mr. Shimizu, Mr. Tada, Fred Kato, all these people who've been with me for so many years. There are over 10 people who've been with me for over 30 years, side by side. Despite the difficulties, we got through so many cycles, yet you're still with us. And I want to thank you for your loyalty. Second, and all the community leaders and all my business associates. Today, we have my partner from Tokyo office, Mr. Kano, and hopefully we'll speak a little bit about our relationship. Like Mr. Yamamoto, who's been our customer for 30 years. He's one of the few who had bought in 1980s, who kept it, and his prices, his investment went triple, where most 90% of other people sold out. I hope he will say a few words. Actually, he had come to my grand opening in Tokyo. He got the grand opening for me in Shanghai, and also a grand opening in Seoul, Korea. Now, he came here just overnight to see this event. Yamamoto-san, thank you. There are so many business associates who worked with us for many years, who have helped us, whether we are lawyers, we are accountants, other fellow brokers who work together with us. And I want to thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful time, and hope you all get drunk and have a great, for non-drinkers, have a good meal. Now, I don't want to talk too long, but I think you may want to know the brief history of how I started. Because how I started, you would not believe. I came back, I was in combat, Vietnam. Just like so many of us, I wasn't the only guy. There were a million of us who served in Vietnam in combat, who came back with PTSD. And some of us got exposed to the norms. Well, this is a duty for the United States. I don't mind that. But I came under these circumstances. I came all the way from LA to here. PTSD, isolation. I could not stand, be sympathized, empathize. So I moved here. But I was so lonely. I couldn't make friends. So my sweetheart I had met when I was in Army, Carol Furumoto. She came with me in 1972. I was poor. I couldn't keep a job. I had a job in Mikasa. They terminated me because I couldn't focus. I couldn't keep any jobs. But she had supported me, but she herself was homesick. And she had depression, like me. We fought. But somehow, because of this, Furumoto Realty was born in 1974 out of perhaps PTSD move on. But she's by my side today, and you could tell if my business is doing well or bad. Because her face colors turns white, green, and I hope she's back to normal color today. There she is, but she will say a few words later on. But you know, any entrepreneurship, everything's difficult, as you know. But somehow we're able to overcome. Because we're lucky. The Japanese Americans, because of the World War II, the second generation parents said to the third generation kids, forget about Japan. Forget about being Japanese. Be a banana. You know what banana is? Yellow on the outside, white on the inside. My wife is one of them. She cannot speak Japanese. doesn't know the culture. So, my peers, third generation Japanese American, did not speak Japanese. I was fortunate enough, even though it was Hiroshima, I was able to learn the Japanese language with the Hiroshima dialect mixed with English. I used to go to Toyota, I used to go to Panasonic, I used to go to Minolta, and they claimed to see my mixture of Japanese and English, but somehow, after 40 years, my Japanese has improved just a little bit. So he could probably understand my Japanese today. But because of these situations, we're able to open up in tri-state New York, from Westchester, New York, Long Island, to Connecticut, all the way to Beverly Hills. We even opened up Tokyo in 1983, into Shanghai, into Korea. We did all these things. However, went through so many cycles. This is something that you cannot control. In 2008, the Lehman shock hit us pretty hard. But despite of that, we're coming back. We're trying to build a new Furumoto. Today, we see somebody like Jeff Vitale here. We have Ken Chen. Now, recently, I did sell buildings in 1980s, 90s, but recently, because of the Japanese market, we were able to sell. But recently, we just missed on 2 deals. One was $1.5 billion, 5 Times Square, which Jeff brought to me. This was, we had a buyer from Shanghai, my partner, back in 2003. Deal and make it because they were investing. Most recently, just a couple of days ago, we were working on a very wealthy Hong Kong buyer. We just lost that. This is the 180 Maiden Lane. S.L. Green had this building which Jeff brought to us. But again, we missed out. Oceana had brought this property to us. But all these things happens, but we have to try harder. And hopefully, Furumoto Realty can build next generation working in Manhattan as one of the players that we can create. With your help, with our salespeople help, I think we can do it. I'm only going to be 70 years old next month. I got at least 20 years. People say 30, but I don't know. But I hope to see you all in 10 years when we celebrate our 50th year. But now, I would like to introduce you to my wife. She gone through a lot, as I said. She's like air. Without the air, you gasp. And she had supported me through PTSD. And she was suffering from depression also. But she had supported me. And also throughout all these things, she had become my wife. Now, October 26th, we're having another party, our New Jersey, that's a homegrown Furumoto Realty. That time, she's gonna have 3 more bosses. That's 3 of my older sisters. If you want my demeanor change, today I'm still okay with my wife, but when my sisters are on, my demeanor changes. When they call Takeshi, boy, I'll be running to them with attention. But if you want to see the demeanor, we have the invitation for our party. Please join us. But now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce my boss, Carol.